She asked, why does one side of your hand look like me and the other side look like you? I told her it's because I'm black, but she looked confused. She didn't understand. She didn't understand that although my hand has two colors, it is most def black on both sides.
Hey, what's going on? You're at the Sublime, a collection by Reynold Thomas at the Withrow Gallery, CNE.
Excellent. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. 2019 was my last large solo exhibition. It was called I Can Turn You Into Art. And 4 years later, it's a full collection of works that I've done over the last 4 years, different concepts that I've explored, different approaches, anywhere between figurative to abstract expressionist pieces. The concept of the Sublime is an evocation of beauty that cannot be measured, contained, or have words to express it. This show is called The Sublime because I feel like with the work that I create, I am forever in pursuit of the beautiful, whether that be from figures to this idea of abstract expressions that evoke different feelings that we all sort of feel within ourselves. It's called Sublime because these ideas or these concepts all sort of naturally come together to explore this overwhelming feeling of the beautiful, this overwhelming feeling of expressions that we all have through naturality, but sometimes can't express. So this art that I've created is a way of challenging that and bringing that into light. I think that it allowed for me to really sort of take steps back and think through different concepts. And I think a lot of these concepts sort of came naturally just based off of being locked down and what does that feeling look like. Some of those feelings can be expressed through body language, but also some of those feelings need to be expressed in a more sort of musical sense. I think that a lot of music I was listening to and a lot of things that I was trying to express was myself trying to find ways to interpret an overall feeling that we all might have been going through, whether that be through anguish, through angst, perplexities of how we deal with the people around us. I mean, a lot of us were doing this for quite some time. So what does that look like once you're looking directly into somebody's eyes and trying to see what they're trying to express, try to feel what they're feeling. I feel like the work that I've been creating is in a sense, not necessarily an answer, but it's a question and a response to that overall feeling that we all have.
How does one become a Ren's art muse, and what makes them a good muse?
Can you breathe, really? I feel like I like to work with anybody. And when I say anybody, there's obviously categories in between that, but I feel like I like to work with individuals who interest me in the sense of like just what their thought process is and how they respond to the work that I create. Are they as curious and inquisitive as I am in terms of trying to approach this sort of overall feeling of emotion, and are they willing to are they willing to be vulnerable enough to express this feeling with me? I feel inspired to create new pieces is literally I dream of these pieces, and sometimes I have the joy and the luck to interpret it through canvas and through paper and through I guess now photography. Holla at your boy. So yeah, I sometimes I have this opportunity to express it in that way, but I'm continuously thinking of new ways to express myself. And art being the sort of number one avenue and driving force that I have to do that, I'm continuously on that pursuit. And what you see is, I guess, a completion of what my thought process is. And just imagine all the work that I haven't actually put onto canvas, what works I haven't actually brought through in terms of like what I interpret in my mind hasn't necessarily translated outside of it. And I continuously try to chase that pursuit. Yeah, in this moment, I would feel. I think it might have changed literally as of maybe yesterday, but I think Metallica speaks to me quite. I think Metallica speaks to me quite deeply, as it is an expression of sort of anguish and aggression and feelings that I was going through during the pandemic. This idea of a sort of removal of sort of color and this idea of black and white and what does that look like in between, and sort of the expressive brushstrokes speaks very deeply to this idea of what's next, and I think that a lot of us are sort of dealing with that through the pandemic. And I guess the second, which is probably what speaks to me right now, I really, really enjoy the Perplex Faces series, which is the Cubist works that I've been recently interpreting into art. I think that there's this inquisitiveness to it where it's an exploration of emotion, but emotion through conversation. A lot of times we are trying to connecting and conversing with people, but we start to sort of think about what their body language is and what their sort of inward thoughts are. And I guess that's what I do when I talk to people. I'm not really listening to them. I'm sort of interpreting how I can interpret their emotions. Yeah, and Ali would tell you that. She's like, you don't listen to me at all. You're just sort of watching. But I'm an artist, and I like to explore and interpret what I see. I think a lot of people gravitate to the self-portrait, the sitter. I guess it's the size, the mass of it, and if you've been following my work, a lot of people are saying it's a new approach. A lot of people haven't seen this work, so it's been a great talking piece in terms of people, well, for one, noticing that it's me, and then thinking about, is this person watching me? Are they judging me? What is this feeling I get when I sort of look at this piece? So a lot of people gravitate to that. A lot of people are gravitating to Perseverance, which is another piece out of the Recalling Afrocentricity series. So that piece really speaks to this idea of being the head of a movement and what sort of that inner thought of somebody who is responsible for a generation behind them and what those pressures are. So I think I feel like that quite a bit, having children and being like, you're a parent for life. There's no stopping point. There's no, this is great, guys, but it's not working out. Your bags are are out the door, know that this is a forever thing, and I feel like I think people connect with that expression, and I think they connect directly with the eyes. They're saying, are there eyes? Now that they found the eyes, is this person looking at me? And once again, are they judging me? Yeah, so I think that's the conversation a lot of people connect to. Awesome. All right, once again, people, you're at the Sublime, a collection by Reynold Thomas. You're at Withrow Common Gallery at the C&E. Be sure to come out and check it out. We'll be doing weekly figuration sessions as well here on Wednesdays evenings from 6 to 8. So if you're down with the figuration vibe, be sure to come out. We're definitely still continuing with the Thursday session because figuration doesn't get smaller, it gets bigger. It's a movement, and the movement continues to move and groove. So I'll let your boy come out to my sessions. Yeah.
All right, cool.